Sorry.
I heard about people. I heard of them.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay. So it's not, just that it's not actually stated.
Maybe bring this.
Do you have a time device? Okay, so just give us the halfway mark, could you?
25 minutes?
Yeah.
And I figured I'm sorry I couldn't find anybody to take care of the recording for me because I just for my channel.
Yeah, we just fixed it.
Yeah.
That's okay, so that went off. Okay. Yeah, okay. You actually plug it in. The screen is on. Okay, so now I can extend the screen. So the captions, we need to actually pull up the captions right now. So it's actually working now, but wait. Yeah, so we just need one to pull up the captioner link there. So yeah. Oh, that's good. I think we need her to put on it. Now it's in and she's not using it. Are we ready? Yes, we're doing okay. We just need to pull up the captioner link. The screen's on now. Okay. We'll be starting soon. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience.
First sessions are always the first one where you have technical issues. Thank you so much everybody for joining us. We are thrilled and excited to continue into this conversation of joy in the classroom and beyond that our students and our faculty here are going to be sharing briefly. In the meantime, take a few minutes, breather, stand up, stretch, whatever you think might help you in this, to stay focused and engaged during this time. Please feel free to do that. As soon as the captioning is up, we'll start.
We'd love to know who our audience is. This is a wonderful panel, by the way. Polite and Sue Carpenter. This is my colleague Ruchika Chopra and her class. So just raise your hand if you're a student. Hey. Students are lunch. And staff. Staff. Faculty. Friends and faculty.
We have standing. We have people standing. Oh my goodness. Great. On the chair, we have more chairs.
Have I missed anybody?
There's one chair in front. If you want to join us in front, if you don't. There's one more. Here. I can stand on that one.
This is Hannah. You can join us in the panel.
That was my jet. Oh, yeah. Move over?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
So you just saying
Yeah, it's not an open seat.
There's a chair right here. You're welcome.
I'm Ruchika. I met you at Queensborough, and I saw you in the video. To be interested. Thank you. Today's my vision thing. Oh, hi. You know when you see somebody on the screen, then you see them in person. You're like, oh my God, it's starstruck. That's what's happening.
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
I'm gonna move to the side.
All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Yes. Not yet. Not yet. Happy Friday, everybody. We are so excited to have everyone here. It is absolutely a joy, and it's a little overwhelming because we have so many people in this room right now, which is really amazing. We would love to formally welcome you to this workshop, Joy in the Classroom and Beyond. Woo woo! Yes.
I work at opening yesterday. I'm wrong.
All
I
right.
got you too.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Joy in our Classroom and Beyond. I am Angela Polite, that is my real last name, and I am a professor at the Borough of Manhattan Community College, and I am joined by my amazing colleagues, Ruchika Chopra and Sue Carpenter. And we are really excited to be a part of this workshop, and I want us to really think of this time today together as being a community, and we'll be talking a lot about those kinds of things as we go on. But for today, we'll just move our slide along. Sorry about that. Today's workshop is really featuring student and alumni panel who are part of the CUNY Unlimited and Militia Regio programs. And our panelists for today are Elijah, Giovanna, Jessica, Malik, Michael, Paul, Ricky, and Ryan. And we will be hearing their personal experiences about being a part of the program and what kinds of things they have experienced in classrooms throughout the CUNY system. They represent lots and lots of colleges. Their experiences are coming from the Borough of Manhattan Community College, the College of Staten Island, Hostos Community College, Kingsborough Community College, as well as Queensborough Community College. Yes. And for our time together today,
I'm sorry, you need a caption?
Yes, they were saying that there were some issues with it.
See, just a FYI, y'all are over capacity.
Yes.
No one else can come in here, and please do not move the furniture. You are over regulation. So the doors is blocked, so you have to really be careful, okay?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
If I can't get out, it's a problem. So I don't want anyone to get hurt, so please do not move the furniture,
Got it.
okay?
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna get Steve to come in a second.
Okay.
okay, so our time together today is we will have a community gathering. We will have a faculty share experiences. We'll have our students share experiences. We will talk a little bit about the faculty engagement group, and we'll give you some information about that. And then we also have a feedback lab as well as our Q&A. Okay.
Move along.
All right. So we're going to just start with our community gathering.
We do have way more people than we had expected to have here. But I think it's still an opportunity for us to build community with each other and get to know each other a little bit more, okay? So I want you to just turn to you, where you're gonna introduce yourself to your neighbor. So you're gonna find someone who's sitting next to you, and you are going to introduce your first name. You're gonna tell them what college you are from, and something that's bringing you a little joy right now. So your first name, what college you're from, and something that's bringing you joy. So I'm gonna give you an example. My name is Angela. I'm with the Borough of Manhattan Community College. And you know what's bringing me joy right now? Watching a Lifetime movie on Saturdays. That's bringing me joy right now. Woo! All right. So turn to your neighbor, find a partner, introduce yourself to each other. And we're going to do that in maybe about 1 or 2 minutes, and you can begin.
What are your hobbies and what's your daily So I go to University College. My hobbies like hanging out with friends, especially but this is my favorite class. My favorite class is theater.
All right, we're ending in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Now, I'm only going to take 1 or 2 shout outs. What was something you found out that was bringing someone joy? Shout it out real quick. Yeah.
She's from LaGuardia Community College, and you like to do art.
Okay, another joy. Quickly, somebody else who found a joy. Yeah.
Well, he's from college.
BMCC, I like Special Olympics.
You like special ones.
Yes, a joy.
Me and Janet, I work with her mess. She likes Yankee, so like we talk about there's like a big, there are 2 summer series coming up, like in May and August. So like we'll go fight them.
Awesome.
Big ass competition.
Grace, a joy.
Hearing Malik's speech today.
Oh. All right. And I was able to call her by her first name because she's my former student. All right. What is CUNY Unlimited? CUNY Unlimited, is an inclusive college experience at a City University of New York campus where young adults with intellectual disabilities who have traditionally not had the opportunity to participate in higher education can learn alongside peers and prepare for employment. And we are going to hear from some wonderful people who have been a part of it.
So we're going to have just a few faculty share some of their strategies and ideas around inclusion. And again, my name is Sue Carpenter. I'm an associate professor at Kingsborough and also at Westchester Community College. And so I'm an arts educator, and I have been including students from the Melissa Riggio CUNY Unlimited program for 13 years. And it is my joy. It really is my joy. And they enhance the learning environment for everybody. These are photographs of CUNY Unlimited Melissa Riggio students together with honors students from Kingsborough. And they were involved in a workshop here at the Graduate Center, which was great. And so they met each other for the day and had a lot of fun making art. And this is kind of Pollock style, Jackson Pollock style paintings. So in a sense, my strategies were minimal. Everybody is creative, and everybody brought their enthusiasm and engagement, whether they were an honor student or whether they were a Melissa CUNY Unlimited student. Angela, you're on.
All right. I have had the honor and pleasure of working with CUNY Unlimited students at BMCC over the last 3 to 4 years, and it is important to bring joy into the classroom and to open up the space. So I'll start with the first picture on our right. You can see that that's an open space classroom. I believe that the classroom should be opened up so that students can see each other. It allows for more collaborative work, and it also just brings us into community with each other. And although we weren't supposed to move the chairs today, I arrived early so that we knew that we were going to have 64 people, and I couldn't imagine doing this in rows. I can see every single person in this room right now, and it feels like a community. Also, we can bring joy into the classroom. This photo is a student presenting his work in my classroom, and he invited other students to come up close and see it. So we want students to be able to be collaborative with each other, but to have some joy and a community feel. And this is going to be a little fun.
Hello. We're hoping to show you a couple of videos.
This is yours?
Yes.
Is that yours, Joy? Or
Yes,
the-
but you're...
Is it this one, this side? Here you go.
Yes. So I'll go ahead and describe this look on my face. One of my students decided to do his demonstration speech on rollerblading. It was pretty cool. And after class, he said, "Hey, professor, you want to learn how to do it?" I said, "Yeah." So he strapped me up. And I was really afraid of the rollerblades. It didn't go too well. There's the student rollerblading in the class there. And he gave a wonderful speech about how to do it and the techniques that you have to use to rollerblade. And then I tried it. Oh my.
Oh.
I can't believe that I've been talked into such a thing.
Really didn't take much on for me. I feel like you wanted to do it. Okay,
It moves too much for me. I think they're too
yeah, that's probably why they done it, yeah.
It feels so heavy, like I can't.
Okay. Also, right, when you were standing up, you were standing up like this, so you were gonna fall back.
I was definitely
Lean forward. Like I said, lean forward. Keep a little more back. Lean forward. Lean forward. At all times. It's worse to fall back than fall forward. You don't want to fall today? Oh, we're not falling.
I can do it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I teach students how to be brave. So I try to teach my students to be brave, but in that case, I was not brave. But the point is, we want to make sure that students also feel like they are the expert and that they can bring something in too. So it was kind of like student teaching the professor, and it was all good.
So my colleague, Professor Jeremy Sawyer, is actually here in person. So if you don't mind, please tell us.
Hey everybody, nice to see familiar faces and new folks as well. Great turnout today. So thanks, Sue. Sue and I have been collaborating to create a community at Kingsborough College that has students, staff, faculty, everyone who's interested in inclusive education. So today I was just going to share a little bit about Michael Lettman, who was in my class, Psych 2400, which is a class about disabilities and particularly disabilities in educational settings. So, I mean, one of the many great things about having Michael included in my class was that he is an expert on autism. He lives it. He's an advocate for people on the spectrum. He's got an amazing YouTube channel and does all kinds of advocacy work. So naturally, I saw him, hey, what's up? Yeah, let's do Thank you, Ricky, yes. So naturally, I kind of saw him as a co-pedagogue. I'm like, he can teach the class about what it's like to live with it, and he can also, when we got to the section on the disability rights movement, because I always feel like it's pivotal to teach about disability activism and the history of that, which is usually a hidden history, then Michael could speak to present day activism and the work he's doing. So kind of making him a teacher with me was one of the greatest parts. And you know, we would try to meet before and after class to check in on things, like if he ever needed to take a break from class to go stim or just get some air, we arranged that was totally cool. We would often have walks together across campus after class and get to touch base and reflect. And one of the other great things was like to help Michael get connected to other students, like if we were doing group work or kind of social work, social connections. Also because he's interested in careers in education, so it was especially important to like link him up with other students who were working as teachers or working in the educational field, so that he could not only meet them but get some insights and some inspiration about careers in the field. So Michael was very brave in the class too. He took a test when tests are not really his thing, he told me, but like he tried the test, did really well on it, and then we got to break it down together afterward, like a personal debriefing session afterwards. So we tried to turn things that could be daunting into educational experiences, and Michael was, like we said, courage, not afraid to put himself out there, and I learned so much from the experience. The class benefited a ton, and I think Michael got a lot out of it as well. So thank you, Michael, for being here.
So this is another colleague of mine, Professor Carol Corelli, and I'll just read a couple of the sentences. She wrote, the Melissa Radio students' participation in the classroom, in a sense, created a living model. It was an inclusive model. It was also a reminder of what the goodness of humanity can be. So people respecting each other, listening to each other, and yeah. Next slide. Hey! Another professor that Michael's had the pleasure, privilege of working with. Professor Esposito is actually a former principal, and she's very, very thorough, very focused. Let me just read a couple of the sentences. Well, she writes in her syllabus, your success in this class is important to me. All of us learn in different ways. For example, you may prefer to process information by speaking and listening, so some of the written assignments in this course may be difficult to absorb. Please contact me as soon as you can about your individual learning needs and how this course can best accommodate them. I want to be able to mix it, and my grading schema is written both as chart and as bar graph. So I put in a bar graph there that she used. And so she's working in teacher education, and she's talking about, again, the model being an inclusive model that hopefully teachers will then go and replicate in schools.
Thank you, Sue. And what just speaks to me in what you read, Sue, was the component on that this particular, in the syllabus, Professor Esposito is not speaking only of the students who are supported from CUNY Unlimited or Melissa Riggio's support staff. This was for all students, right? That because all of us really be able to understand what our success looks like in the classroom and how we can speak to our teachers, our faculty members about how best we learn and what needs we have to be able to have them supported. Unless they know it, they may not be able to do that. and this was an open piece in the syllabus that she includes, so that anybody can be able to ask for that support that they need. So it's not only for some students, it's for everybody, which makes it so much more universal and supports all of us. So now we're going to hear from our expert student panel. We know that there are lots of other students out there in this room, and if you want to share some of your stories, we can do that at the end. But we want to hear from our expert student panel who have shown us courage to do this. And actually, they have, for them it doesn't really, they're like real experts. They don't feel the nerves that we all do when we stand up. They're the real experts here, but they're going to share some of their stories of creativity, joy, successes, and challenges that they have experienced, but we know that it'll resonate with many of us. They will speak to 3 specific questions that were asked. What do you most enjoy about the classes you have taken in college? What would you like to see changed in your college experience? And what advice would you give to people in the audience about creating welcoming environments to all courses and communities, right? So they'll speak a little bit about that. But before we go into some more specifics, let's introduce them. So we have Elijah Hill. You can, or you can, whichever you're comfortable.
Only because I'm a little shy, so my best would be mad a little bit.
That's okay. You can just where you're from. Okay, cool.
Hi, my name is Elijah Hill. I'm from Post-Based Community College at the Grand Concourse.
So Elijah had talked about herself being a unique and someone with a lot of perseverance. And Elijah wants to share a little bit about some of the classes that she enjoys in college. Go for it, Elijah.
I will say this, what I like about taking the classes is not having the stuff modified and challenging myself to see if I'm able to do the things that other people could do. I'm glad I did it because it shows that even though I have some limitations, I'm able to do just as much as other people do, even with the word autism type of thing.
Love it. What would you like to have seen changed in the classes and the courses that you take?
I will say this, one thing I personally would rather be changed is honestly people doing like workshops to understand the autism. Because there are people who are not aware that autism is more than just one word. Like let's say you tell them that you're autistic, right? And then it's just be like, oh, you're not autistic, I don't see that. But when they say that, it's kind of a little bit insulting though, because when they see that, it's like they see drool, or with the fidgeting, or the rocking back and forth, like the typical stereotypical autism. But the fact is, that's not all it is. There's so much more to it though. Listen, you can have someone who's nonverbal, but also they could just be with it and also be social. They just need some support to help them get there, to just get their point across and everything. As long as they understand that, then we can honestly be on the same page and be successful in the way.
Love it. You already did that, but some advice you already gave us. But what advice would you give us as participants listening in from your experiences in college or otherwise?
I will share like a small story from when I was young. I was taken to a doctor and they said I wasn't going to be able to do the things I was able to do, like read or write. Mostly like just be not as independent as I am now though. Even with just that work, that didn't stop me from being successful. Just because you have the word autism, don't let that stop you, because you know you could be capable of so much things. And honestly, that's just a superpower itself, honestly.
Love it. Thank you so much. Let me introduce Shavana, right? Hi, Shavana. Shavana shares that she is very kind and nurturing. Shavana, do you want to share about your courses? Do you want me to ask the questions, or you want to just go for it?
You can ask the question.
Okay. So what are some of the courses that you've enjoyed in college?
I feel like one of the courses I enjoyed in college was my acting class, because I feel like it brought me out of my comfort zone. I really liked it because the professor was like very like opening to me. She showed me like it's okay to go to the professor and like, you know, if you need like any thing to help with, she kind of like goes over it to kind of like help me with it. So I felt like that was actually one of the best things that I had, like a supporting professor.
Love it. And Shivana, I didn't ask you, what school are you from? What college?
I'm from Hostos Community College in the Bronx.
All right, Hostos is in the house.
Yeah.
What would you like to have seen change, or what would you like to see change in your experience in college?
I feel like what I should see change in the college is more empathy from professors, because sometimes professors could be like very intimidating, and then sometimes it makes you not even want to be in the classroom, because if you feel in judgment, it makes you not want to be there. So I feel like that's one of the things I would love to see change in college experience.
Well, how many of us sitting in this room have had that experience where you feel like you're being judged, right? And then you're like worried how they're thinking. So, so yeah, that's something that we'd like to see changed, and many of our teachers and professors go for it. What would be advice you would give them or others that might be in the right now listening to you?
I feel like, you know, just be open-minded, be kind, and just make sure like you don't make anybody feel like, you know, like they don't belong, no matter their differences. You know, everybody have their own learning difference. So long as you make people feel comfortable, I feel like that would be very good.
Love it. Creating community spaces like the one that Angela created, what your professor that you're talking about in theater is doing for you. Seeing more of that in our colleges, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Shivana. So we have Jessica Jarmilo's
I'll just say very briefly, Jessica was one of the honor students who came to the Graduate Center, and she just really appreciated the experience with the Melissa Riggio students. And this picture there is of her in student government, and then also in the mural project.
I can read the statement just so that everybody is able to hear her thoughts. Thank you very much to the Psych Department of the Graduate Center for allowing Kingsborough Community College, Kingsborough in the house, Melissa Riggio students and honor students to collaborate on murals together last December. It was fun, exciting, and a delightful honor. Collaborating with the Melissa Riggio higher education students. Positivity in any environment leads to success and builds happiness and security, which are two important ingredients of unconditional understanding. Love it. We have an actor, another actor in the house, Malik Hook.
Hi.
Malik, you want to share where you're from first?
Oh, Borough Manhattan Community College.
Anyone here from Borough Manhattan? All right. Would you like me to ask questions, or are you gonna?
Oh, okay, yeah. We're gonna go straight in.
Go for it.
Yeah. So, my classes that I took at BMCC, what I enjoyed the most, it's really the professors that really make the classroom more engaging and exciting. I had the pleasure of taking Professor Polite's class, and she was very welcoming. It wasn't just a classroom just to learning, but also to enjoy our time throughout her speech courses. And I really like how she is very make the students comfortable in a space where they can learn and also have a lot of fun doing it as well. So I really enjoy her class. If there's one advice that I can give to create a welcoming atmosphere to not only the community but for the college courses, is to keep an open mind and have a positive attitude. There will be students who are different from one another and will come from different places. I feel like it's important for us to take the time to approach them with kindness and to let them know that this is a safe place to be yourself. This is a place of inclusion where everyone should feel welcome and to be truly part of the community. That people's educational journey, the courses should be welcomed by professors so that students can take valuable lessons with them and also make positive connections not only with professors and students. I believe that we're all here not only to advance in our education, but to also enjoy all the events and services that the school has. I say this, let us all give each other not just a positive welcome, but also a chance to learn from them as they can learn from us. Thank you.
Reminding us of the safe spaces that we need and positive environments that we need to be able to keep learning. Thank you, Malik.
Michael Letman, we already had a couple of people talk about Michael, but and his presence in the classrooms. Michael speaks about being an advocate, articulating living with autism, which Professor Sawyer also spoke about. Michael, do you want to join us here, or you want to sit and I can ask the questions?
I'm able to come.
I can ask you questions. Come this way so that you can see. So Michael, you are in college right now, or you're an alum?
I'm officially graduated since 2023, but I've been discharged out of the multi-regional higher education program as of fall 2025.
Okay, so you're an alum from which college?
Kingsborough Community College.
Kingsborough Community College. Kingsborough in the house? So Michael, what were some of the courses and classes that you enjoyed taking at Kingsborough?
Well, as you can see, my major was early childhood education. Unfortunately, it took until my second year, which was during COVID-19 pandemic, and I finally got to take those classes.
Yeah, so some exciting stuff about being able to take classes, but unfortunately you weren't able to do that right off the bat, right?
Yeah, I got into the pandemic to finally take them, but it was online.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Sorry about that. The only good thing about taking my classes online was giving me a song for kids. That's on my channel right now. Professor Carpenter knows it.
Were there other classes that you enjoyed?
Well, Professor Sawyer's class, of course. And the theater, then that. Our class. Right. I forgot what class it was, but I took a class involving mental health issues.
Okay.
Again, it was during the pandemic, but for my line, that class online, I had no idea mental health issues would be such a serious matter for the disability community.
Yeah. It's a serious matter for most communities, and you found out about the disability community and that being such a big issue there. That's great.
Yeah, it can't be a problem.
Say it again?
I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, please. What were some of the challenges you found in the courses that you took?
What were some of the challenges I found in the courses I took?
Or even college?
Okay, so of course. Despite the whole pandemic thing, whether remote or in person, from the classes I took. Okay, how can I point this out? In my major, of course, in one of my in-person classes, I've learned there are most women in the childcare field than males. I won't forget Professor Esposito's class that I took. I was the only male student in the room.
So is that a challenge that you're saying?
Yeah, here's the thing. Where are the odds that male people would like to work with kids than women? That's a challenge.
That is a challenge.
And one other challenge I'd like to mention. From your class, Professor Sawyer. Other than the Crib Camp documentary, there was also the, what was it called again? American with Disabilities Act. Right. I still won't forget that little comment. I question why an individual who was in a wheelchair would have the courage to get off of that wheelchair and go up some steps for a really big matter. I find that hard to believe. But it was worth it for the disability community.
It's definitely worth it.
This shows. That's why this advocate has learned. I feel sorry that the disability community is always in need of help. I feel like we need help 24/7. That's why I think it'd be best if some advocates with disabilities would have the courage to find a way to be independent. Stop always asking for help. But if you're always asking for help, you're always gonna need help. And you gotta be careful who you trust, because there may be some people who don't wanna help you or even use you.
That also sounds like some amazing advice there, Michael. That as part of the disability community, that being not only an advocate for support and help, but also being an advocate for being independent, and so that you're able to do whatever you want to do and not be limited by the supports that you may get or may not get, right?
You understand that?
Yeah. Is there any other advice you want to give to the community that's here right now listening to us?
To be honest, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. All right. Thank you, Michael. Okay, we have Paul Anthony, and I am going to mess up his last name, even though I practice.
Urbanic.
Urbanic.
Yeah.
Paul Anthony.
Okay.
So, Paul Anthony, what college are you from?
Okay. Good evening, good afternoon, first of all, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Anthony Urbanic, and I'm a student at Queensborough Community College in Bayside, Queens. Anyone from Queensborough? Okay, I see like few people from Queensborough. That's okay. So what I enjoy most of my classes at QCC is that all the professors I've got to know were very accommodating and helpful in my journey through the courses. In the beginning, when I first joined the program, I thought college was not a good fit, and I didn't think I initially belonged. Like, I felt I didn't earn my way there, because I didn't get a traditional high school diploma like regular folks, right? Over time, though, I realized that I did belong here, and I've been blessed to have a strong support system that makes me feel that I matter in this world. So, I want to say, throughout my years with Queensborough and the Restoration Program, I've done some advocacy work for people on the spectrum, and also for students in campus in general. Like, for example, I'm part of an organization called NIPER, which is a focus on environments and on the environments in New York State. So I've gone to Albany several times and done lobbying. So I met with legislators advocating for gas-free New York City, and getting better heat pumps for New York apartments, improve the apartments in New York City, signing advocating for better recycling systems, and better heat in the apartments, and also free CUNY. I've advocated for free CUNY and make sure CUNY is free again and affordable for students and their families. And I've also taken English classes, social studies, and acting classes, which I really enjoyed. And all my classes, the professors have been very accommodating in pursuit of my aspirations and my dreams. And I also want to say that I persevered in life because I didn't grow up with a father, and my mother passed away 8 years ago due to heart failure. And I was lost for a while, but then my friends through the schools made me feel like I matter, like I mentioned here, and that I feel like I've grown as a man and as a person. And I want to say that if you're a person with disabilities, don't tell anyone that you're stupid or you're not human, because you are human and you're not stupid. And because we are blessed to live in a time where people like us have a voice and can show our faces without being judged at. That was not possible 30, 40 years ago. There was still a stigma for people on the spectrum. And there's still some stigma, but we've gotten along hell of a way where we were, say, in the 1960s, for example. So we can't nobody can take that away from us. So if you, and to professors, I advise, if you're working with people with disabilities, understand their conditions and don't exclude them from the other students. Like Carpenter includes Michael and in her classes, and that's amazing. And you know, and she doesn't care that he's someone on the spectrum. She sees him as a person like she is. And the same thing with Michael's a male professor. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but like you know, yes, like you see Michael as a person, not because of his disability, not this, this but it's not whatever. You see him as his character, and that's what we showed you. We should see each other as a character, not our disability as who we are, not as a burden. So that's what I wanted to say.
Love it.
As a determined, kind, and a leader, and we can absolutely see that in the way that you just shared the words that you did about what support, what your college experience is about. Ricky Montanez. 2025 KCC graduate and alum.
Hey, Ricky.
Okay. 2025 KCC graduate and alumni. Kingsborough Community College is a great experience for me while having connections with professors, staff, and students. During my alumni year, once in a while, I can show students all around the college campus that I did during my 4-year at the program. I miss being at the college campus, but I'll come back and visit sometime. It was a pleasure working with all of you, and I have a speech I wanted to do it.
Just take your time, Ricky.
The CUNY Grad Center on March 27, 2026. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Ricardo Montanez, and my nickname is Ricky. I am going to talk about my 4-year experience at the Melissa Riggio Higher Education Program at Kingsborough Community College. My experience at this program was great because I learned a lot by taking college classes such as painting, journalism, psychology, concepts of wellness, travel and tourism, introduction to hatha yoga, astronomy, earth science, and both Spanish 1 and 2. I like painting and yoga that will relieve stress. For earth science and astronomy, I learned about space, which was interesting to me, by seeing the moon and the galaxy. For psychology, it shows how humans react to their behavior. Journalism is a fun class because you get to interview people at the college campus. Travel and tourism was a lot of fun, so you can learn about the airports and traveling to different countries. For Spanish 1 was easy because it's the beginning. Spanish 2 was hard with those verbs in the present, past, and future. Concepts of wellness was good because I learned about healthy eating and having good nutrition to stay in balance. Right now, I'm an alumni from this program that focuses on resumes, cover letter, volunteering, job readiness, budgeting, interviews, trials for part-time jobs, and internships. Being a part of the presentation with Professor Carpenter was a great opportunity for me to join the mural at the CUNY Grad Center. Thank you to the audience for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoy it.
So much about all the different classes, which I think gave people a really good idea about the kind of classes that some of your other panel mates have also taken, which is great. Thank you so much. All right, do you want to say something else, or should we move on to Ryan?
Okay, I'll say something about my experience at the program. Okay, when I started taking college classes, I started in 2021. I started online during the COVID-19 pandemic. Is that right?
Oh, that's right. I met you online.
and then after that, we started to get back in person within 2022. Why, Michael?
Oh, that's right. That's why I met you online.
2022, and then it was in person back to normal. And I work hard for my 4-year experience, and I'm an alumni from this program that focuses on everything. And the challenges that I had, like assignments, it was challenging, but I had to ask my mentors for help and my other staff too. They helped me out with assignments and others as well.
Thank you. And I know there's some mentors in the house. Some mentors in this room? All right, Let's have Ryan come up because I know that we're also running a little. Thank you, Ricky. Ryan. Ryan, the college graduate and self-advocate. Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to say this because I got this. The CSI students and all the staff here. So, good morning. My name is Ryan Ford. I'm a current graduate and alumni student in Melissa Ridge Higher Education Program. Also a GED graduate, class of 2016, Hungerford High School, class 2009. My hobbies are playing video games, working out, going out with my combat worker, going to conferences. This program helped me provide with so many great opportunities. I applied to this program so I could continue on with my education, also become a self-advocate in my community to protect people's rights. When I first started college, I was worried that I was unprepared. However, as time went on, I realized I got potential with the support of my mentors and foundation GED. I started to drive my courses. In the early years of college, I worked 2 jobs, TJ Maxx and chocolatier job, and I managed to pull through with the help of my support and services and for AHRC. I took many courses while in college, and my favorite classes were economics and autism spectrum disorder class. And my favorite memory was being honored by SIDDC along with Connor Paulson, and also becoming a Melissa Reggio student, also interact with peers and my mentors and make it easy for me to socialize better. It helped me become a better student and a better role model. Over the years, my mentor helped me support greatly and be there for everybody when they need me, and so does the staff. During my internship at the Park Center, I socialized with seniors there, also helped out with events and assisted them with cleaning up. I enjoyed living on my own, and it was a 15-year journey because I was in a residence, but I love being by myself because it brings peace, perfection, happiness. I served as an advocate and been in advocacy conferences since I started this program. And also I fought for inclusion for education, housing, transportation, medical for all people with all abilities. And in the next 5 years, I plan to be a talk show host for other people with all abilities and help them advocate for themselves so they would have a voice. I also wish I'll be an entrepreneur and start my own advocacy organization. Additionally, I will continue pursuing my education to get my associate or bachelor's degree. Thank you so much for listening. And
It is amazing the number of things that we just spoke about and the number of things that you've been engaged in. Working 2 jobs while going to college. Some of us have had that experience, right? Yes. It's really hard. So hats off to you and all the student panelists for sharing your amazing experiences in college. We appreciate you and hopefully have learned from you some of the joys that you've had in college and some of the experiences that you've had and the issues that you may have experienced in college. Thank you so much.
Right. Professor Polite? And just a short sentence, there was something I have to say. It won't take long. Okay. No, just a quick sentence. Okay. As I forgot to mention, this will be brief. As an advocate, I wish you all a happy Autism Awareness Month that's coming up next month.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Michael. Well, joy break. It's important in our classrooms. Of course, we take breaks. Hopefully, we take breaks. We build it in. But we're going to do a little joy break. And I believe Siobhan mentioned about taking acting classes. And I like acting, and I do that a little bit myself. And so we're just going to pretend. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a laugh-in.
A laugh-in.
A laugh-in. It's going to get kind of loud. I want you to pretend like you just heard the most ridiculous thing in the world, and it is funny to you. And you're going to look at your neighbor and go,
Come on, laugh. Yeah, we're all laughing. This feels so good. Trust me, I know how you feel, man. Let's laugh.
and feed.
We're going to, just because of time, we're going to go through some of these other, these are more informational pieces before we end. Just give us 2 more minutes. People are trying to come in. Go ahead.
All right, so I have the pleasure of co-hosting a faculty engagement group, which actually is not the correct title because it's a faculty, student, staff, mentors, anybody who's interested in inclusion group. And I have co-facilitated with my colleagues Jeremy and Ruchika. And you are all welcome. Yes.
Almost. Almost we started the journey. Come on in. We haven't started the journey yet.
2 more minutes, but you're
2 more minutes.
Wow.
Give us
Okay. So May 1st, we have a meeting online about instructional support. May 15th, we have colleagues from Scotland talking to us about their work with Scottish Power, which is like the equivalent to Con Ed here, and employment opportunities. And Ruchika's email's there. You want to take a quick photo with your camera, that's fine. And here, just to say, it started really small at Kingsborough Community College with 2 of the colleagues who have presented today. It was just 4 of us, and now we have a huge following, and it's CUNY-wide. So you are all welcome.
Thank you all for coming. We have more information about CUNY Unlimited over here. You can do that. And also our contact information.